The night was thick with an oppressive silence, as a chilling wind whispered through the barren trees surrounding the long-forgotten manor. Its skeletal frame loomed against the pale moonlight, casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance with a life of their own. A group of friends, lured by the mysteries veiled in the manor's history, decided to uncover its dark secrets. The creaking gate groaned as they pushed it open, sending shivers down their spines. The front door, barely hanging on its hinges, yielded to their touch, granting them passage into a realm where time seemed to stand still. Dust-covered furniture, draped in tattered sheets, hinted at the manor's opulent past, now swallowed by decay. As they ventured further, the air grew colder, and the oppressive silence intensified. Odd paintings adorned the walls, their subjects seemingly watching the intruders with hollow eyes. The group hesitated, exchanging uneasy glances, but the lure of the unknown urged them forward. Each room held its own secrets. A forgotten ballroom echoed with spectral laughter. A dilapidated library whispered with the rustling of phantom pages, and a grand staircase seemed to lead to a darkness that defied the laws of physics. The friends delved deeper, fueled by equal parts curiosity and trepidation. In a forgotten chamber, hidden behind layers of decay, they discovered an ancient journal. Its pages told tales of a cursed lineage, of forbidden rituals performed in the name of an otherworldly power. The words hinted at a tragedy that had befallen the manor, a tragedy that now clung to its walls like a vengeful specter. As the clock struck midnight, strange occurrences unfolded. Unearthly whispers echoed through the halls, and ghostly apparitions manifested at the corners of their vision. Doors slammed shut of their own accord, trapping the friends in labyrinthine corridors that seemed to rearrange themselves with a malevolent intent. With each passing hour, the manor revealed more of its tormented history. The spirits of the past, unable to find peace, sought solace in tormenting the intruders. Phantom figures danced in the moonlit ballroom, and long-forgotten melodies played on ethereal pianos echoed through the desolate halls. The group's fear intensified as they stumbled upon a hidden chamber in the manor's depths. Within, a ritual circle drawn in blood adorned the floor, and cryptic symbols seemed to pulse with a dark energy. The air became thick with an unnatural force, and the friends realized they had become pawns in a game played by forces beyond their comprehension. As the night wore on, the boundaries between the living and the dead blurred. The manor seemed to feed off the fear of its intruders, manifesting their deepest nightmares in chillingly vivid forms. Each member of the group faced their own spectral tormentors, reliving traumas and fears long suppressed. The climax approached as the group found themselves drawn to the manor's decaying chapel. There, in the flickering candlelight, the ghostly apparition of a figure draped in shadows beckoned them towards an ancient altar. The air became charged with a malevolent energy, and the group understood that the manor demanded a sacrifice to appease the restless spirits. What happened next would seal their fate, as the shadows of the forgotten manor closed in around them, and the ancient curse claimed yet another group of lost souls. The room grew colder as the group stood before the ancient altar. The shadowy figure beckoned them with an ethereal hand, and an otherworldly voice echoed in their minds, urging them to complete the ritual. Fear clung to the air like a suffocating fog, but a morbid curiosity pushed the group forward. Reluctantly, they placed their hands on the cold stone altar, and the shadows seemed to writhe with anticipation. The room pulsed with an unholy energy as the figures on the altar began to morph into grotesque forms, mirroring the darkest corners of each individual's psyche. The shadows enveloped them, and a collective scream echoed through the manor. In that moment, time seemed to fracture, and the group found themselves trapped in a nightmarish dreamscape. They wandered through twisted corridors that defied logic, their footsteps echoing in an empty void. As the group struggled to maintain their sanity, they encountered apparitions from their past, faces distorted by anguish, voices tainted with regret. The manor fed on their deepest fears, weaving a tapestry of horrors that threatened to consume them whole. One by one, the friends faced their spectral tormentors: a lost love, a betrayed friend, a forgotten childhood trauma. Each spirit emerged from the shadows, forcing the group to confront the demons they had long buried. In the heart of this surreal nightmare, the shadowy figure reappeared. It spoke in riddles, promising salvation through suffering. The group, now fractured and desperate, clung to the hope that completing the ritual would free them from the manor's grip. Back in the material realm, the manor underwent a malevolent transformation. The walls pulsed with dark energy, and ghostly whispers echoed through the halls. The sacrifice had bound the group to the manor, forever tethering their souls to its cursed existence. As the night wore on, the manor's influence extended beyond its decay walls. The forest surrounding grown with an unnatural vitality, trees twisted into grotesque shapes, and the very air seemed to hum with an eerie resonance. The manor had become a nexus of supernatural power, and the group was now at its mercy. In their shared dreamscape, the friends discovered a central chamber, a place where the fabric of reality seemed to fray. The shadowy figure awaited them, its form constantly shifting between a mournful specter and a monstrous entity. It revealed the true nature of the manor, a vessel for ancient, malevolent forces seeking an anchor to the mortal realm. The figure extended a spectral hand, offering the group a choice. They could accept their fate as eternal prisoners, forever entwined with the manor, or they could attempt to sever the connection by confronting the dark entity that fueled the curse. Fearful yet resolute, the group chose to face the entity. They traversed the dreamlike corridors once more, guided by a haunting melody that seemed to pulse with the heartbeat of the manor itself. As they approached the heart of the manor, the shadows grew denser, and the air became oppressive. In the final chamber, the entity manifested in a grotesque display of shadows and whispers. It spoke of ancient pacts, forbidden knowledge, and the insatiable hunger for mortal suffering. The group, fueled by a newfound strength born of desperation, confronted the entity with all the courage they could muster. A spectral battle unfolded, shadows clashing against the feeble light of their collective will. The entity fought to maintain its grip on the group, but their determination proved stronger. With a blinding surge of energy, the entity shrieked and recoiled, dissipating into the ethereal abyss. The dreamscape shattered, and the group found themselves back in the manor, its shadows now still. The oppressive atmosphere began to lift, and a spectral wind carried away the whispers that had haunted them. The curse seemed to relent, But the manor bore the scars of their otherworldly struggle. As dawn approached, the group emerged from the manor. Exhausted yet free, the forest, once twisted by supernatural forces, now stood silent and still. The manor, now devoid of its malevolent energy, crumbled into decay. Their shared ordeal forged an unbreakable bond among the friends, and the shadows that had once threatened to consume them were now banished. They carried the weight of the manor's history, haunted by the memories of that fateful night, but with a newfound appreciation for the fragility of the boundary between the living and the dead. And so the manor returned to the silence of the forest, its secrets buried with the shadows of the forgotten. The friends, forever changed by their ordeal, went their separate ways, each carrying a piece of the manor's darkness within them, a testament to the thin veil that separates the realms of the living and the dead.